What's up, folks? I don't know, groovy intro. Summer loving happened so fast. I don't wanna do anything. Uh-oh. Oh, it's on. It's on. It is day 132 of the Trump failed war in Iran. Happy Thursday, July 9th, 2026. It is day 132 of the Trump failed war in Iran. $116 and 3 hours. Now that 116 days all of a sudden sounds like a lot, but it's not. 116 days, 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 46 seconds until the midterm elections. So less than 4 months, y'all. Hmm. Met a girl, sweet as could be. Tell me more, did you get very far? Tell me more. Does he have his own car? Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. I'll get fucking hit for playing that, but I'm about to. Summer loving. Summer days, blah, 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 blah. Something. Summer nights. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sorry, just dicking around. It's quiet in chat, so I'm going to listen to some little bit of tunes for a second. She looked at me and said, "We're fun. Don't you ever call me again." Here's my number just in case, 'cause you know we'll always be friends. And I found what I was looking for all of this time. It was always right here in front of my eyes. I found what I was looking for all of this time. She said, "I finally found it." She said, "I finally found it." She said, "I finally found what I was looking for, what I was looking for." She said, "I finally found it." She said, "I finally found it." She said, "I finally found what I was looking for, what I was looking for." She looked at me and said, "We had fun, now don't you ever call me again." I'll be around just in case, 'cause you know we'll always be friends. You and I've been down this road too many times. The answer's always been right here in front of my eyes. She said, "I finally found it." She said, "I finally found it." She said, "I finally found what I was looking for, what I was looking for." She said, "I finally found it." She said, "I finally found it." She said, "I finally found what I was looking for, what I was looking for." She said, "I finally found what I was looking for." All right. I think I got it out of me for a minute. I have to remember which computer is my primary computer. All right, that was weird. So what's going on, folks? Holy, I'm struggling with this bullshit. You know, I wish we could I never know where I never know where to fucking jump in. Right? Like it seems real. I think, you know, that even though obviously I spend whatever amount of time on it that I spend on it, pointing out the complete depravity that is the Republican Party and the Trump administration and his cabinet and just everything that goes along with that, right? So I think that and it's not like I haven't fucking mentioned this and brought it up a lot, and you know, I never get much response, and it's not that I'm beating up on anybody. I mean, the people that are fucking gracious enough to hang, like a lot of our moderators, you know, I look up to, whether they're my peers or not. I look up to them. I admire them. I respect them. So it's not like I expect, you know, think that this is some sort of great, you know, eureka moment. I've said it for a while. The real issue is how do we deal with not just with the folks that are susceptible to this communism bullshit, folks that are blind to the complete fascist fucking roadmap that they seem to be just got their fucking pom-poms out, just the whole works, right? Like, what's going on there? It's not like, hey, we gotta fucking find a way to deal with these people in some sort of way that confines or constrains the madness that they are. I mean, we want to stop the madness that they got their pom poms out for, right? But I don't think, and it's not that I haven't beat up on these folks. I mean, they fucking deserve it, for fuck's sake. I think my lack of patience also shows that a a bit of respect for these folks being Americans. It's like you fucking know better, don't you? Don't you know better? I don't know. Gloria, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. Gloria, I'm glad you made it because I know you love these. You're always encouraged about these Yap streams that I do. So I'm glad you're here, sister. Not like I ever have much, like anything new to add. I mean, just my perspective, I suppose. Pretty sure there's not once that I've ever broke any news that nobody else in the world had first. I'll say one of my biggest moments was when I first started doing protest streams in late 2020, in July 2020, and it was like I was 2 weeks into. I'd done some streams before that with a fucked up camera and just whatever, but got the new PC, and I'd been streaming for no more than 2 weeks, and it was like shit was going down all over the place. But it was, I think it was a fireworks factory in Lebanon, or you have to forgive me. Some major fight. I want to say, I can't believe, now that I say that, it's like, why would they really be fucking focused on building fireworks in Lebanon with all, with how much? But anyways, this was massive, and it was like I was the first YouTuber other than some local news station over there that was, and I was just copping their feed, but that was kind of cool. Laura, what's up, sister? Dude! I'm finding new ways to irritate the fuck out of every living thing around me. To your Yap streams. It's what I do best. Yappity yap yap yap. Sit here and give my thoughts about shit. Because you know how it is. I'm fair. I tell people all the time, you have a right to your opinion, even if it's based on ignorance. Is it a chromatic harp? My eyes are probably it's a pocket, pal, Lord. You'll probably never be able to see that. There we go. You probably can't see that it's bent to fuck right where my finger is, but I actually took it apart, cleaned it all out, straightened out both of them, because I don't know what I did if it stepped on it, but it's a C harp. And I used to be, I honestly, I don't know if you were around the other night when I was yapping to Jay about it. I was such a, I mean, I've just always been a like hard rock metalhead, you know, turned 10 in 1980, so I was a teenager all through the 80s, or, 83 to 89. And and so I experienced a lot of different shit, like from fuck whatever time it was, just like whenever you would start to just not listen to or go with what folks were playing that you liked, older folks around you, but like maybe choosing shit. And I don't remember any specific time. I remember at 14, so the Christmas of 1984, I asked my mom for John Cougar Mellencamp's Crumbling Down cassette. And when I think back on that, it's like, man, I was like, and I still love that shit. I still love John Cougar, and we used to do well, we did Little Pink Houses, but I didn't sing that. There was one that I did all the time. God damn it. Anyways, not that it was my thing at all, but. And then I went, like, for sure, 14, 15 is when me and my best buddy at the time, I remember sitting up late night, on a school night in his bedroom at like midnight listening to the local rock station, and they had a program called The Gates of Metal or something like that. And it was the first time we had ever heard Metallica. And I was like, holy shit, So anyways, that was that still. So I got into that, started getting into that stuff slowly, and then started hanging out with my, lifetime best bud, who was a few years older than me, who played bass and with me all those years and showed me how to play guitar. Was turning me on to heavier and heavier stuff. Like he was the big Ramones fan. But still, at 19 years old, when I was able to afford the first guitar I ever could, I bought a 12-string Fender and was getting down on that and playing the harmonica at the same time. And I was doing shit like fuck, because the restaurant I worked at, there was this old hippie, and I've turned you guys on to him before, Michael Beans Gardner. He was an old sailor hippie, right? And God, he would get down. And so I was learning, Neil Young stuff and Bob Dylan, and even some of like Nirvana's, like Something in the Way, and That's the Way by Zeppelin. Just really weird, slow acoustic shit. Anyways. Yeah, I've always loved the harmonica. Like that's like I was the metal and hard rock obnoxiousness was building for so long, and I still kept playing, like, because I loved Led Zeppelin, obviously, from whatever time, 13, 14-ish years old. Laura, I think it was, I've went off on him about him before, like, um, and I feel like I was using Tom Petty as an example, who I fucking love, but like, Mellencamp had so many goddamn hits, and it's not like, I said once, I feel like it was a few years ago when I was yapping humans' ear off about this shit. I don't know why I get so worked up about it sometimes, but and it's maybe just because that wasn't the kind of music that I paid attention to. But even during, all these songs coming out at the time that they did, I was aware of them, But like, I feel like Mellencamp, just never got like that. Like why isn't he Bruce Springsteen? Another Bruce Springsteen. I mean, it's just crazy. Gloria says most of my thoughts are your guys' thoughts. Whew. You're gonna need therapy, lady. You could get by with a black Russian, though, for now. I appreciate that, Gloria. Man, a lot of you folks do see me, have seen me full on. And that's how it should be. I've gotten really fucking shitty with Trump supporters. You know, I can say I'm ashamed, like, I am ashamed, like, I'm embarrassed of it, ashamed of some of the shitty shit I've said. And then I can say, you know, they're just as rotten, and it can be and is 100% true, and it still doesn't make a bit of fucking difference, or doesn't give you an ounce of okay or excuse to fucking be like that. And so, and you can't take that shit back. I guess it'd be better. Like, I take all this shit extremely serious. I don't know what to say. I don't think for a second that by being a fucking, you know, cock bonnet that I'm going to fucking change anybody's mind. I do believe that we can influence folks. I don't want to ever influence anybody, including, you know, I say this to, and I've used my kids as an example for this, and because it's true how I've dealt with them. It's like, I don't want you should not, but you can trust that I'm always going to be as honest with you as I can be. Like, I'm never going to knowingly mislead anybody. And I think that's the minimum. I'm not a saint, but I feel pretty comfortable with saying that I go way farther than that. That there's no chance that I'm going to fucking ever say anything that has any sort of real repercussions or importance at all that is way off base, right? But it doesn't matter. You know, I hope with whatever obnoxious or shockness, and it's not, you guys know, I mean, I'm a fucking ding dong, so I might be obnoxious, but it's never like, hey, how shocking can I be? Because you guys if I thought like that, and it's no brag, but I hold back a lot. For good reason. There's no reason to be like that. But you should never take my word or anybody's word for anything. Hopefully we might, if you're listening to someone or someone's listening to you, that they'll be, you know, you'll perk their ears or get their curiosity flowing. Having a conscience can suck. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Laura. How honest do I want to get? Is it that I have a conscience, or most of us have a conscience in that sense, or is it that we're more concerned about our reputation, our appearance? I tell you what, I should share it again. I don't think I've streamed since I've shared. Laura, I did share Lisa Bilyeu with you. And how I came across her sister was because I was watching human behavioral experts, and the guy that she has, and I didn't. I think I just shared her channel with you, but I'll grab the exact video. He was so labeled, and I swear I've seen him before. God, this dude's a trip. I mean, I'm like, I was 30 minutes into like the almost 2 hour podcast before I seen that he was titled or labeled within that stream or whatever, and I doubt that anybody would challenge it. I mean, that's not how. I don't claim to be some fucking big insider, but I know I have people close to me that have spent plenty of time in crazy places in the government, and it's like, that's why when like folks get into chat, and it's not very often, and they start going on about their military career, it's like, man, I do not know a motherfucker that took their military career serious and discuss it. Sure, what possibly in a very generalized way might mention it, but that's just not, it just doesn't happen. I don't know. All right, I've fucking run in my mouth and probably scrolled right past it. Okay, so, no. Anyways, here's the Lisa. Here's the Lisa Bellew, the specific video that I was talking about, and I didn't know at all what about her channel. I was just getting into YouTube was suggesting different behavioral experts to me, right? And then I realized I hate putting labels on people. She is all about self, just being confident, being strong, independent for all people, but certainly she speaks to women. And, God, I could go on and on about this kind of shit with my personal life, but I just feel like it'd be boring. I think it's interesting as hell because I was brought up in some fucked up ways. Like my dad was he just loved life too much, but there wasn't a fucking angry or evil or nasty bone in his body. Like maybe, I was going to say, maybe if there was, he would have been more driven about some things. He didn't care. I don't know. It's so, he was completely, God, how do I say this in a clear way about him being complacent as a father, but like he never tried to be our best friend or anything. He just, and he would discipline us rarely. Like him and my mom's divorced when I was 4 years old anyways, and my sister's 2 years younger than me, but so for the time that we would see him up until I was a young teen, when I thought, enough of that shit. It was never like, there was never just a like fucking scary, dark moments with my dad other than seeing him really fucked up. He wasn't in a rage. He would just be completely out of it, right? But now my mom's fucking, a couple of her fucking husbands, my stepdads, those fellas were terrors. Holy shit. And then, growing up, being born in 1970, and then, my grandpa was very, very strict. My uncle, who was only 4 years older than me, And his brothers and sisters are closer in age to me than they are to my mom. But he said to me once, he's like, Troy, your grandpa is a really good grandpa and a really lousy father. And it's like, well, yeah, there's never any excuse, I guess. I mean, my grandpa did not fuck around. I got my ass whooped by him several times. Good. But, you know, I had also got my ass whooped by my mom and my dad in the same way. But I don't know. So there was just like, my mom was a pretty liberal person, but there was still such a huge, you know, foundational part of her that was knowing her place as a woman. And it just, I don't know, that always killed me. I'm so thankful that I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I seen her go through hell that it completely turned me off, but it seems like in general, usually when males grow up with some dickweed for a fucking father figure, no matter who it is, that they turn out like that a lot. And I'm glad I didn't. I mean, I'm not perfect. I have a fucking big mouth, you guys know, and you can only imagine after 31 years or whatever of marriage that I've fucking rattled the walls a few times, you know. But I mean, hollering, you know, but I don't know. And then having my first child at 20 and a half years old and being a girl and her just now 35 and just being an incredible person. And then my youngest of 5 being a girl. I don't know. I love and admire women because, for fuck's sake, you know, I stand strong on not having a double standard. And yet, I honestly feel like there's something women have that men don't, and not necessarily that men have something that women don't, outside of maybe physical strength in general overall, which you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And I'm not saying that there aren't just a lot of men that are nurturing men that have if you want to call it a sixth sense about, you know, empathy and caring, especially I guess maybe for your own offspring or whatever. But yeah, I see. You can look around the world and see these female leaders that are just absolutely incredible. And again, I don't have to explain to any of you men or women in the chat that there isn't a lot of fucking just really absolutely, you know, grounded male leaders in this world. Just some really good folks, right? I'm just ready for it to happen in America. Give it hell, right? Oh, did we have a chud? I was running my fucking popsicle sucker and missed it. What up, chud? I gotta expand the chat so I can see what you said. Mr. I can't even read that shit. He was talking against Trump and I had a normal response. Yeah, oh, I see. That was the last of a few of them. Yeah, I don't know. Did I say something bad about Trump, Pumpkin, that hurt your feelers? Did I say something? But did I even yap about Trump much at all yet? I mean, maybe I did. Don't have to interact with anything people say. When I'm fucking running my mouth, dude, I don't read chat. I don't know if you're able to talk and read or listen at the same time, but I'm not capable of it. I don't think most people are. I mean, did you come here for a one-on-one? Did you come here to have all your opinions highlighted? Are you in that big of a hurry? He threw down a fucking paragraph that I don't feel like reading. So Mr. Turtles Lily says it's unsettling if someone kicked a dog, it would be all over the internet, but the killing of innocent people in Gaza is nothing anymore. Who said it was nothing? I think I don't know if that was like your first time here, but I'm pretty fucking grossed out and have been for more than just the last couple years about what's gone on in Gaza. I mean, I guess, I'm an American and I went through, spent time in the church growing up. Nothing hardcore, nothing that was fucking beat into our head. But when it's always there, in a sense, like we didn't even pray at dinner, like with my mom and stuff most of the time. Um, Possibly with my grandpa. I don't know, but certainly his mom, my great granny, because she was the family matriarch, and she was highly religious. But she also, man, she walked the talk. Like, I don't know. Good luck finding people that actually do it. You know what I mean? My oldest and her husband, they do. They're good people. They're solid. They don't, you know. At least if they have any judgments of folks that are unfair, they keep them to themselves. And it's hard. It's hard to fool a parent, especially my busy ass, my busybody ass. But yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of. I mean, I started out for a long time first into politics and world history and all that, being a supporter of Israel. Who wouldn't be? I mean, right? Especially as an American. I guess just until now, I haven't really considered, maybe was I brainwashed a little bit about the whole fucking Exodus story? Maybe, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I still feel like everybody has a God-given right. I don't know if there's any other constitutions or legal documents for governments in any other countries in the world that use the term inalienable rights. But that means God-given. Like, you have the right to exist where you stand at a minimum, and to me and to a lot of folks, and I'm not some sort of fucking prepper, loner, whatever you want to call it person, but like, you really should be able to go access water and something to eat wherever the fuck you want to, on at least on public lands, at least in a place like America. And so, for sure, my thoughts always afford those same things to someone like the Jewish people, and without a doubt the Palestinian people, which they're, you're barking up the wrong tree. I wish I had answers for you, Pumpkin. Let me know if you have any ideas, because a lot of us are going to be right there with you if you have some sort of solution to how we can stop the genocide in Gaza. Is Glory going to sleep, or Laura maybe? I'll look for something. I'll show up for sure, Laura. Oh no, Glory will watch the Relentless here. Yeah. I'm just trying to catch up on chat here. I wish I could read the rest of what's its dick's name. They probably bolted. I gave you some of the best of me. Mr. Trust Illini? Mr. Trustolini. All right, whatever that is, Pumpkin. Laura, have you been over to Mr. Trustolini's channel yet? Five subscribers, and he has videos up. Ooh, and been around for fucking 15 years. Holy fucking balls. Erica Kirk gets hostile on Spincord. All right, Mr. Trustolini is like kind of an oddball, right? Like it seems like maybe he has some good thoughts, but maybe he just got confused about our channel. That's all right. That happens. Mr. Trustolini also seems to be into games, which is whatever. Yeah. A drug. Oh, that's some sort of fucking video game thing. Anyways. All right. All right, Laura. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to fucking sit here and run my mouth. You know me. I'm going to have to go refill my cup with whatever eventually. Going downtown, going to see my girl, yeah. I said I'm going downtown, I'm going to see my girl, yeah. I'm gonna sing her a song, yeah. I'm gonna show her my ding dong. Nah, you're all good, Laura. You know, Laura, you are like one of my agricultural managers. You know exactly how many fucks I have to give growing in my fucks to give field. It's barren. Yeah, with no introduction agreements, right? People coming in on fire. Sorry. You know me, sister. Sometimes I have patience. Could have just as well been me 3 inches from the fucking camera. And the horse you rode in on, motherfucker. Human, what's up, mother brother? Human knows. That's right. What does he say? Hey, you think we could get him to take his boots off? I think his boots are off. Blind Melon Chitlin. God, what else did it? Wasn't there another good one? I mean, there's, Earache My Eye, which is kick ass. That's actually a fucking good song. One that I played not too long ago, fucking around when we were streaming. I really, really love the groove. Is Save the Whales. It's almost, I swear, I should look into it. It's almost like they were out there, because the scene is they are out there on like Santa Monica Beach or something. I mean, they're really out there, right, with the ice cream truck. You guys know Nice Dreams, one of the opening scenes there on Nice Dreams. And he's playing that fucking F-hole guitar, and there's so much reverb on it. And maybe it was overdubbed, but I wouldn't be surprised if like they had the speakers literally on that fucking ice cream truck and the guitar cranking through that or something. It was just sounded so fucking, just so huge. Save the whales. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, funky mama, save those whales. Here's an extra one for you. Don't give it to your children. Let's make a dope deal. My mama talking to me, trying to tell me how to live. Da 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 da. But I don't listen to her because my head is like a sieve. Da 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 da. Fuck, I probably used to know all the words for that shit. Yeah, and Basketball Jones. I got a Basketball Jones. I got a Basketball Jones. Every night I love my basketball. I sleep with my basketball under my pillow. And of course, Sister Mary Elephant's poem, or reciting Saint Dominic's poem. Saint Dominic is probably actually a saint, I'll bet you. I've never looked into it, but I don't think, if there is an historical Saint Dominic, probably didn't write a poem called O Feely Me Bony Belly. O feely me bony belly, Dominoes for Bisco, belly selly all of his dominoes. Shut up. I know Human isn't into like the super fucking obnoxious metal. Laura, maybe a little bit more so. Both y'all have probably heard of the band Kitty. I may have, but I came across the doc yesterday. Oh my God, I'm still feeling it. Like, it was an emotional roller coaster. These girls, two sisters from Canada, 16 years old and 98-ish, or maybe 97, 98-ish when they, they at the beginning of the doc, they went through all their bullshit about who they played with for this 3 weeks and that 4 weeks, why they're teenagers, and it's like, okay, I get like, I can fucking go on and off stream about fucking when we were jamming and I was 27-ish and the 16-year-old kid came onto the scene. He was such a good, cool kid. Holy fuck, did he shred. These girls weren't quite like that, and I don't want to take anything from them, because in 98 is when my fucking band was at whatever peak we were at. That was the year that we released our $5,000 fucking 5-song EP or LP. Holy fucking shit, though, man. And they have a lot of the kind of vocals, which all their music is kick ass. But I never got into that stuff. That's why I never was a big fan of Pantera or Slipknot. And I take fucking grief for that shit sometimes. It's like, look, I just don't, people are like, well, what do you mean? You fucking, like Tom Araya from Slayer isn't fucking screaming his head out? Yeah, he is. But it's not like fucking, I mean, maybe I could have done some vocals like that if you'd record me when I was heaving back in the day. I don't know. These girls blew my mind, ladies. It that shit's. It was a really well done documentary to begin with, and it's I don't know. Going through some of that shit myself, obviously never fucking making it to that level. It really doesn't matter when the intensity is that you're playing all over the place, fucking every night or 5 nights a week. It's fucking crazy. I mean, we recorded 4 times or so in the 7 years of compulsive disorder, though we only printed one of them. I don't know, it was such a good... I've watched so many of those music documentaries, you guys, but if you know or have heard of or write it down, the band Kitty, fucking amazing. Just, and they're still... And if you haven't heard of them, it's no surprise. Like, you guys know I'm a pretty big metalhead, and it's like... And I may have heard of them at one time, but it didn't ring a bell, and it's like, holy shit. Laura says Sue Foley is on tour. She has a whole bunch of shorts on her channel. Oh, cool. Thanks, Laura. See, if she can't... We're in fucking summer, festival season too, sister. Laura, do you have like a tour date or a website for tour dates? Is she coming anywhere near me? I have some fucking... I really want to... I'd go see that Sue Foley, without a doubt. And I'd really love to still go see Samantha Fish. She's been in Michigan on and off over the last couple of years, but always in Detroit. And it's like, I don't know how that shit works. I guess I'd have to be looking and watching all the time. But I always... That's good stuff, Laura. I'm glad I went back and gave a listen. I was just going to save it. That's tasty. I got to stop fucking dicking around and just get off on some shit like I used to. I mean, I guess that latest tune, Mile Marker's pretty fucking basic and just a fucking, jam. Yeah, Laura says she's coming near her, but Laura doesn't want to face a fucking festival crowd. Yeah, I don't really blame you for that. Like, I could prepare, sister, and be in the right fucking frame of mind to deal with that. Not just to deal with it. Like, I could prepare and you know. I missed the Electric Forest Festival. God, what the fuck happened? I should have clicked on it. I seen the Electric Forest Festival, or I don't know if that's a whole tour thing, but one of the major um, dates is here, just like an hour, not even an hour north of me. But something happened. I don't know if it was a fucking murder or oh shit. I don't even know if I want to say this. There was a newborn baby found in Portable John at the Electric Forest Festival. Yeah, it's I don't know. The exit's probably like 25 minutes north of me, but then you got to do some country roads. It's at Wolf Lake, uh, Great Wolf Lodge. It used to be called Double J Ranch, and they started hosting, which was like they had some other, like this is probably 20 years ago now. Whoever owned it, I don't know if someone new took over, but they had a bunch of small. Actually, my kid was telling me a couple weeks ago that he had done some work out there because he's a roofer on some of these individual little cottages, but then so which is very near to Michigan Adventures, one of the bigger amusement parks in the country. So they had taken over and added that great like the water park or indoor water park and resort thing there, maybe 10ish years ago. And we're always having festivals during this time and have had the Electric Forest Festival for quite some time. But I don't know. I'm old. Like, I would want a fucking site where I guess I would have to leave it up to Mrs. V. I'm not that spoiled. I would want to be fucking clean every night. You know what I mean? I guess, honestly, that's what it comes down to. I mean, a bathroom in the middle of the night, none of that shit's an issue. Something to drink, right? Staying warm, staying cool, whatever. I mean, I couldn't do a tent, but any sort of fucking camper. Me and Mrs. V had a pop-up camper a few years ago. But I would want to be close enough where, because I'm not going to be up till fucking 4 o'clock in the morning, out there fucking, trudging around through the woods or whatever. And they probably don't, the bands probably don't play that late or anything anyways. But still, I would want to be close enough, have my camp close enough to where I could still view some action later in the night, but not have 800 fucking maniac fucking folks on Molly or whatever the hell it is running around with their rainbow dreadlocks. Laura said she caught her 3 years ago in a theater. Yeah, I think I remember that. Like you got some footage, right? I think you shared some footage with us. Yeah, that's the thing. I just need to get on. I just would need to be more on top of my fucking shit for cuz there's just West Michigan's great. I mean, we have really some kick-ass fucking festivals, all along the lake shore. I mean, the farthest I would have to drive, like, there's a super awesome, I guess you could call it LGBTQ community, probably an hour and a half south, maybe not even that, maybe only just over an hour south of me, right on the lake shore, Saugatuck, Douglas, Michigan. That's where my aunt, my dad's sister, she lives in the Keys now, but that she lived there for fucking years after my uncle had passed. And man, that that's good shit, because it's like People don't fucking get it. And I know, I wish A-Bear was here. I know she only gives me hell lovingly. Like, I didn't even learn to appreciate, really understand to appreciate West Michigan, at least in the summer, you know, until I started experiencing more of you folks and, you know, seeing what else is going on around there. But it's like, gosh, you know, from fucking South Haven, a little bit lame, like geography wise, but from there, which is South Haven's an hour and a half south of me, all the way up to the UP, right? It's fucking amazing, and it's nonstop in the summer. Yeah, some really bad footage. Yeah, that's true, Laura. You don't want to get fucking caught in a mosh with a screwy back. We're talking with both hands. That whole album kicks fucking ass. Though that's not one of my favorites off there by any means. Any moons. Talking to you's like talking with both hands. You will be caught in a mosh. You know, Joey, I forget his last name. I tell you what, man. You know, Zepp being my fucking favorite. I don't know if Robert Plant's my favorite vocalist. Probably pretty close. I mean, Bon Scott was fucking badass. Jesus Christ. Even if he didn't have the range, I don't give a fuck. But Joey from Anthrax, you know, Tom Araya. But Joey fucking kept it. Like, Joey actually sang. Tom Araya had a great voice. I don't take nothing from him, obviously. But those fucking death metal fucking screams were a cappella, right? Or, not a cappella. What the fuck? Oh. Anyways, maybe it'll come to me. Falsetto. There we go. But they are. But fucking Joey from Anthrax, man, he was able to maintain his voice and still has for a very long time. Obviously, he can't do that kind of shit anymore. But, you know, they bring down the fucking, you know, play it in a lower key or whatever. He sings it down an octave. Laura says, an appointment tomorrow to get back. Tax is done finally. You better get her. Don't fuck around, Laura. Don't let me be a dick either. Don't fuck around. I know you've yapped at me a little bit about that before. Get her done, sister. Laura. This will be the last thing I say. Because I'm bad about procrastinating too, right? Especially when you know, I mean, you and folks like we don't fucking put ourselves in jeopardy, but get her done. It'll get, you know, Do you know the fucking amount of relief it's going to be off your shoulders? Yeah. Well, don't be fucking around with that either, with applying for your bennies. Yeah, no worries. All right, I'll keep that in mind. No, I know you don't owe anything, but just like I know you want to get it taken care of, and it'll be one less thing for you to fucking worry about, right? Yeah, plus if they owe you, for fuck's sake, what the fuck are you doing? I said I'm going downtown. I'm going to see my girl, yeah. I said I'm going downtown. I'm going to see my girl. I'm going to sing her a song, yeah. No jail? Whatever. That's fucking boring. Wish I should learn some stupid shit like that. Like fucking, I can't stand Thunderstruck. I hope I piss everybody off. Everybody. And I am proud to say I couldn't stand Thunderstruck the fucking moment it came out. But I should learn how to play it on harmonica, right? What is this? That'll never happen. All right, Laura's fucking off. I'm going to fuck off for a second, but I'll be right back. I said I'm going downtown. What do you want to hear? Oh, this sucks. I need more music. Anyways. I'll be right back. Downtown. I'm going to no cool man. The streamer's a ding dong. Ding dong. Checkity check check. Human, where did you go? Mahomedomi? Check check. Test test. Check check. Test. Test test. So you should always have your primary or foundation main volume, your main, set at wherever you want it after your individual channel is tweaked, right? So you want to have each individual channel maxed out in a sense and have a good sound there and then bring it up on your mains. All right, I got to find my drink. Hold on. Met a girl. Tell me more, did you get very far? Tell me more, does he have his own car? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I was going on about my, the musical influences of my youth. for whatever reason, that fucking Grease soundtrack sticks with me. It's good though, right? Same with, I could go on even weirder. The soundtrack for Peter and the Wolf, um, and that I seen like fourth or fifth grade. Went over to the high school and watched the senior, um, whatever play class do that, and same school. Annie, Get Your Gun, or Annie Oakley. Annie, Get Your Gun had girls can do anything guys can do but better. Girls can do anything but guys can do. I know. I don't know. I've had chuds say that I'm gay as some sort of fucking like diss or put down, which you guys, you know me. I don't see it like that. But maybe I am. Donna, what's up, sister? Cheers to you. Ow! Yeah, no worries. Cheers. Thanks for stopping by. I'm sitting here just yapping. God damn it. I didn't get a good listen how that. I'll bet you the guitar isn't coming through at all. Oops. Son of a bitch. Boy, am I having issues. Those summer nights. Tell me more. Just woke up. That's right. What time is it? It's probably like oh no, maybe Donna, you said you were here in the States, right? Or something? I can't recall. God damn it! What's his name, Donna? That I just met you on his stream the other night. Gosh darn it! Kyle. He's a character. I like that dude. He has some good like instincts on the piano, and it's not that the keyboard or piano would be a complete fucking mind fucked for me, but I like moody shit. I've been at this for an hour and a half. I can't believe that long. All right, I don't know. What time is it? 1:20. It's almost Friday though. Still early on the West Coast. It's only 20 after 8. Almost 8:30, I guess. 8:30 on the West Coast. 11:30 here East Coast time. I'm in West Michigan. I'm about as far west as you can get and still be on East Coast time. A lot going on with the continued war in Iran. A lot going on with the Russian war in Ukraine, which Ukraine is, well, you know, there's no winning in a situation like that. They've been at it, fighting for their lives for 4 years now, over 4 years. And so, but they're doing good. They're doing, you know, it looks like they're probably going to take back Crimea. I know that both sides in that war have been planning some sort of kind of ramping it up here. And we've seen that from Ukraine. And we've seen what we've seen from Russia may be a little bit, you know, I don't think you ever underestimate Putin or what he's capable of, at least. So, you know, the kind of abandoning or withdrawal from Crimea, I mean, that's done. I'm not saying, you know, I don't know what's going on there. Obviously, you know, you can think about, like the other night, I thought about shit like, well, there's going to be tons of, it's not going to be easy for like the Ukraine military or defense force to just go in there, right, to march right in as soon as Russians march out. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to be fucked up. Even though there's like tons of, you know, Russian citizens, civilians still there, and, you know, probably less now than there was last week, but it's a dire situation for those folks. You know, unfortunately, Putin doesn't see it the way that at least I do and a lot of Americans do, that, you know, nobody wants to see any Russian civilians fucking die, starve to death, be part of this. Ukraine isn't targeting them, you know, isn't going to be trying to fucking take convoys of Russian civilians out as they're trying to escape Crimea. But so along with that, so that's not really, doesn't seem like much of a kind of uptick for Russia. But we have to look at, they've been taking more shots, bigger shots at Kyiv. There is supposedly this new order for conscripts going to go down or going down, possibly up to 500,000 more new recruits, Russian recruits. We've seen, and there's a lot you can get into about that. The last time that happened, literally Russia lost about 1 million of its fighting age men that had left the country. So, and there's Russia hiring, it's so bad, you guys, so bad. Like, this is how poverty makes things completely unbalanced in a really horrible way. People are so desperate to eat and feed their families that they'll take this promise of 5 times more of a paycheck than the average wage in Russia. But now we're talking about, just wanting to get into Russia hiring all different folks from all different South African countries, not the country of South Africa, but countries in the south of the continent of Africa, including South Africa. and they're never gonna have a chance to cash one of those paychecks. Like they're offered a year after a year of service, full Russian citizenship, and with whatever that comes with as far as being a vet. But you're not. I mean, the you know if you if you're in the top 75% of Russian on the ground, battlefront intelligence, you might have a chance to get back to the homeland after a year. So like 25%, maybe 25% of the Russian soldiers that have fought on or near the front line might make it home after a year. So the cannon fodder, the bottom 75%, and then you think about these poor saps, like, I don't know, wasn't it South Korea or North Korea had sent some troops over or something too? Fucking crazy, you guys. Crazy. And you just have more and more nonsense. Like they just keep trying to like ramp up the the Trumpers, right? That it's crazy that the fear mongering never ends. Like, so now you have anybody that isn't a Trumper is a communist, right? It's quite astounding. Sorry, I had to check my shit there a minute. So as I was starting to get onto earlier, you have Trump has been just a clusterfuck of thoughts and statements and determination and assuredness or confidence, straight up telling us how many times he's fucking won the war in Iran, right? And you think, well, what do you mean, how many times? That's what we're all saying. How many fucking times can you win the same war? I mean, are you just like, it seems like a stalemate. I'm an American. I only need to, normally I would at least take a second to explain a little bit that I'm not some fucking over patriotic lunatic. I have friends, family, close family that have served. That's all. It does. Even if they hadn't, it doesn't matter, right? Like, no one is fucking happy about seeing Trump put American lives at risk for what? This cocksucker is still banking on making some sort of money off oil deals. Do you got anybody follow through with how that's going in Venezuela? I mean, Trump will literally be fucking dust before anything ever transpires from that. If anything, it does at all. And I'll be quite honest with you. I'm serious about this. You tell me, you can fucking, if you're listening, you can write me, post right now. If you're listening later, write me. You tell me where I'm getting it wrong or how I'm a fuck up or anti-American by saying I'd rather see Venezuela do whatever the hell it is they do with their oil, even if they fuck it up themselves. You cannot force upon folks your ideals, period. I know that Trumpers and the far right fascists like to make that suggestion all day long that that's the liberals. They want to make you accept this and that. They want you to they want to brainwash your kids into being trans. And are you fucking kidding me? Let fucking Venezuela deal with this shit. You're not gonna, motherfucker, the average dumbass that might see this, if someone does. I'm not reaching a lot of people, especially with this mouth. That think somehow they're gonna benefit, even at the gas pump. I mean, for one, you do know you're not gonna profit a motherfucking thing off whatever some rich ass fucking disgustingly wealthy American oil company makes from, working in Venezuela, right? You're not gonna profit a fucking thing. I hope we can at least start there. What do you think you're going to save at the pump? Fucking morons, man. Just stupid. It's just stupid shit at this point. You don't have to fucking, nobody's asking you to say, oh, yeah, we were all completely wrong about Trump. Though you are. Why can't you just start today, tomorrow morning, when you wake up and go, I'm not going to be a part of any more fucking stupid shit? How bad is things in America right now? When you sit there and say that the economy's great and shit's not expensive and gas is going down and we're going to be fine and we're winning the war and we're winning the tariff war. And Trump isn't centralizing power. You only have to convince yourself. You're not kind of wasting your breath on the rest of us. The sane world. Was there about fucking 30 million hardcore Trumpers in the world? And anyone outside the U.S. doesn't fucking matter a tick shit anyways, right? Yeah, they don't. I mean, there's plenty of folks outside the U.S. that matter a tick shit to me, but if you're a fucking Trumper, you don't have any influence. If you're a fucking foreign Trumper for whatever stupid reason, you are putting your energy to waste more so than the fucking fascists that we have here in America that call themselves forever Trumpers. Yada, yada, yada. Donna says she just woke up. So find your way back. Find your way back to a heart. Where's Human? Human, I know why he took off, because he could feel that I was going to ask him about singing, was it Stairway to Heaven that we were going to redo? I don't know if that's right. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. I wonder if this Stairway to Heaven that we were going to redo? Give me a second. I want to hear this. There's a Lady who's sure. I just fucking move right in on people. Like, I know there's got to be some folks that are like, Jesus Christ, why did I ever start hanging out with TV? And how do I get away? All right. It's not really terrible, is it? Queen alive took a bow, and then she turned to go. A Prince of Peace to his soul, walked the night alone. Now standing on the side of the road, rain pouring on my shoes. Heading out to the East Coast, Lord knows I paid my dues getting through. Tangled up in Yeah, I'd probably have to plug that. I got that guitar running straight into my PA. Probably have to fucking plug it into the fax processor. So I don't think I missed much crazy shit. They were the Capitol. Check. All right. The commission for fuck. I forget what it was actually, what the actual fucking board is called. Anyways, the people who decide what kind of sprucing up the city of DC is able to have Commission on Planning, DC Planning Commission. So yeah, Capital Planning Commission. So I streamed that debate today. I didn't really get a chance to listen to. I was in and out. I guess they were deciding on the magnificent arches, the fucking neocon Soviet era arches that Trump wants to fucking put up in DC. It's ridiculous. I know, like, I don't expect everybody to fucking to immediately get it. But when you fucking look at, I mean, for sure you're like familiar with the was it double-headed eagle and the snake, gold double-headed gold eagle and the snake or whatever. It's fucking insane. I mean, I don't really get like I don't know what's going on. I'm not to the point yet where like I understand. I've gotten into all that shit for well, it's not like I've been into it all these years, but I got into it 20 fucking years ago, right? Cuz, you know, well, I think for a lot of folks it probably starts with the whole UFO thing and then you get wondering about what the fucking government's hiding from you and why you know whether you understand, you know, the depth of how our financial system and our fractional reserve lending works and all that good shit. It's still easy enough to look around and go, Jesus Christ, shit's fucked up in some ways, right? So, but for, I mean, just immediately, it's like, I don't think that, I mean, if Trump is part of some sort of fucking, you know, cabal or whatever, good for him. What is it? Is it called the Jewish cabal or something like that? Hebrew? Is it? What is it that like Madonna was being accused? Like a bunch of folks were accused. Usually libs, I think they pick on or folks in entertainment or something. Pizza joints. Folks said that our life together sure was gonna be rough. So just when I see that stuff and it's like, you know, any of these fucking basket case Trumpers that were worth their salt in conspiracy knowledge would be fucking raging about it. But I mean, I guess I suppose that's, you know, like I don't know that I certainly don't think immediately that cults have any sort of fundamental or operational relation to whatever the cabal might be, right? Like the elite, the fucking the Bilderbergs, the fucking whatever. The Rothschilds, you name, you know, the families, right? The JP Morgans, the fucking Westinghouses. Is that right? Yeah, whoever. But I think, you know, I guess, you know what my flaw might be is that I keep giving, like, I don't underestimate folks. I don't think I do. So I keep giving the Trumpers credit for being even informed in their own fucking garbage, but they're not. I might have to write that down. They're not. They're just, you know, and I'm not the most patient person, so maybe that kind of goes also is what leads back to me being such a fucking shithead with them. It's like, how fucking stupid are you? Like, do you not even follow your own fucking madness? And they don't. They don't fucking ask questions. Trump says something and they like do not bother looking into it. You know how much fucking grief I took for fucking raising hell with Biden about the fucking documents in his garage? And it's like I wasn't even that hardcore about it, and it wasn't even, well, for one, it wasn't any reason to be that hardcore, to be up in arms. And even though I feel like I was up in arms in the sense that it's like, look, if you fucking Democrats, and I say you, even though that's how I vote with them, you know, our brother Jay had said once, it's like independents are just fucking Democrats wanting to show some sort of, you know, I can be independent. And I don't disagree with them at all. But I register as an independent for a couple of reasons. Because I just think any of you that have been around for a minute know that I think that there's that these labels like Democrat and Republican Party are an issue. They do cause division amongst at least the weak-minded. And look, I just want to find a better way. There's just it's division, and even going even further, you know. And I've said this, and I'm not ashamed of it. It's like, look, and I was going to say American flag, but it doesn't have to be the American flag. Any flag represents division, differences, you know, put under a light in a positive way to say, hey, we're not like you in this way, and come experience it. Not, we're fucking different than, we're not like you, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Anyways, yeah, it's hard to imagine, you know, and I know it's like, folks will go, well, you're fucking, were you some sort of utopian freak TV thinking that all humanity has to come together? It's like, well, if we ever want to fucking go anywhere, like, you know, I'm not like thinking, hey, how the fuck are we going to get out into space and do cool shit and whatever if we can't you know, we're likely to get there or do more in that way as a whole, as one, than we are fucking battling each other because of of skin color and fucking fairy tales, for fuck's sake. Ted, what's up, brother? Ted says government keeps all kinds of shit from us long before Trump came along. Yeah, for sure, dude. Freemasons have been accused of being a secret society too. Yeah, right. Yeah, like, you know, Ted, when I first got, like, shit built up for me quick, right? Like when I was getting into that stuff, and it was around 2014 when you know, I had my YouTube channel for a half a dozen years at that point, and why I left you or Facebook or just stopped hanging out there. Basically, it wasn't like, hey, fuck this place. It was that I was finding much better conversations on YouTube, right? But one of the groups that I was, and I'm sure I'm still a member. It may have changed names. I haven't been to it in a while because I don't go over to Facebook very often. Was just like this whole conspiracy channel thing. And I tell you what, the dude who had put it together, he was a pretty bright fella from England, came over here for school, might be 12, 15-ish years younger than me, something like that. I think he met his wife here. And he was hell-bent on the stuff, and I was he was a very, you know, I don't have anything negative to say, but I'm trying to find what, I don't have the biggest vocabulary. Like, I really want to make sure that people understand that, like, everybody that questions shit isn't a bad person or a conspiracy kook, right? But anyway, so this fella had, you know, we had talked about things, right? This group was pretty big, over 1,000 people on Facebook or whatever. There's a lot of crazy shit, a lot of spiritual stuff, some really cool fucking people like this. And he would he was not fucking shutting people down. This wasn't some sort of fascist fucking thing, right? Or cabal thing. Like, there was an older gentleman from Australia who was basically a Christian preacher, but he would post, and anybody couldn't post videos. Like, you had to kind of be approved. And, but this fella from Australia wouldn't hammer down on, like, you're a sinner, blah, 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 any of that shit, right? And it's kind of, basically, I got into that dude because that's what I kind of took from the church when I got into it, looking for answers, going through a lot of crazy shit in life, and active mind, right, whatever. And then when I left the church, I had no ill feelings at all about the church, anything greater or different than how I see society anyways, right? Like, there's a bunch of fucking freaks in the church, and there's a bunch of fucking people that were moved, and it's when you sit down and spend time talking to them and you realize these are smart, intelligent, discerning folks, and they're moved by something, right? And I had plenty of occasions where I was too. And I'm not talking about fucking shaking my body and fucking dancing with rattlesnakes. I could share some shit with you guys. You'd be like, all right, TV, we still love you, dude. Just go ahead and keep that shit to yourself. You probably shouldn't be telling folks that that's the experience you had. Yeah, Ted, I don't disagree, brother. Ted says Trump got the gullible hooked on the racist bullshit, and it took off like a rocket from there. Ted, really, and not to fucking talk down to you, dude, you get it. I'm saying, and I don't even think that Trump gets why he is doing it, or, you know, really the underlying effect of it, and it's just creating an enemy. It's creating a boogeyman. It's right? It's brown people, it's immigrants, it's liberals, it's communists. I'm sure there's others, right? It's just bashing anything that isn't up his ass, and it's really disgusting. Like, and again, dude, it really frustrates. I get frustrated like this not because I'm just some fucking pissy fucking, you know, completely unhinged dude. I'm frustrated with myself that I am not able to somehow contribute more in any sort of way that helps resolve this or just move in any way. Like, I don't think I have anything special to offer. I think it sucks that that might be the case, right? Like, it really is going to take all of our heads together, and it's impossible to go look at 350 other million Americans face to face. But that's kind of what we need not just here in America, but in the world. We have to start seeing each other as humans, the same people. I mean, it's just so fucking stupid. I mean, 350 plus million Americans live their life the same in general, except for the ultra elite, right? Like, we just do a lot of the same things, work and, figure out our bills. And some of us stress about them. Some of us aren't to that point. Whatever, and it's just, so Trump just is creating a boogeyman, and I can't figure out why, other than maybe, maybe all this is a big fucking, whirlwind of him being able to profit in the ways that him and his family have. It doesn't seem like causing division within the country would hinder him from the corruption that he's displayed. It's fucked up, though. I don't know. I have, I will go to. I'm not ready to sign off, but when I do, I will sign off the same way I have a lot. It's like I don't have much faith or confidence in humanity surviving in any sort of, happy or productive or positive way in the next 50 years. I don't know about America. I have come to realize that, and I don't feel ashamed about it or embarrassed, and I don't have any intentions on trying to cool it down or tone it down or change my disposition or how I react to things, but I was going to say, maybe I've realized that we get through things a little bit better than maybe we worry about them getting through them. I'm not sure that's the case. For sure, things take a little bit longer to transpire than maybe, our emotion, or my emotions, I should say, are screaming at me about. But I think ultimately it doesn't matter that, and I'm not saying America can't rebound from this, but I for sure, and I know I'm far from the only one that thinks that, we had hoped, maybe a lot of us, that, would just, even if it now, which sucks, almost 2 years in after the election, that we have 2+ years more of Trump if he survives. But it's really feeling more, and there's some positive signs about the Democrats winning the House back, and maybe the Senate. But I'm not that, and I'm kind of like, it's not just on Dems, and talking with my brother Putin the other day, he's like, TV, are the Republicans voting with them on this stuff that you're concerned about? It's like, of course not. He's like, well, what are we going to do? And it's like, I don't know, but if depending on the Republicans to vote with us on sanity is our last hope, you know what I mean? So I just think that it's going to be a longer battle. than just the Trump presidency. Yeah, Ted says most of the religious leaders are in it for power, control, and money. Yeah, blame someone else for their shitty life. Yeah, Ted says TV, but not everybody has the ability to objectively figure it out. Well, like I mean, not everybody in America. I mean, everybody in America, any adult in America that is capable of taking care of themselves, right? I don't like if there is, and this isn't something that I am joking about, Ted, or that I don't think is a possibility. Is there some sort of, I mean, 350 million Americans, that's a lot of us. 30 million of them, whatever percent that would be, 15-ish percent. No, not even. It would be 8-ish percent or something, 7.5% being defective, like actually biologically defective. I To the point where they're just not capable of, like Ted says, being objective. And it's like, I get that. And maybe also, to be fair, it isn't that it's 100% just there's some sort of biological defect or DNA, defective DNA in these folks, or some quirky, rare gene. But that brainwashing, and of course, I, I suppose, Ted, there is a lot of factors that could play into the whole of these folks that are just seem to have lost their mind, right? Like, for sure, because we have folks that are, I'm not the fucking highest of IQ levels. I don't know. I've seen that the internet has offered that IQ test to me so many goddamn times, and I have not taken it. And there's been two things have come out of me refusing to go ahead onto that site and take that test. And one is good as hell, and one is, I don't know, maybe not good. But the first one is my refusal to go take that IQ test shows me that I'm not a narcissist, thank God. Because I'm pretty opinionated and maybe getting set in my ways. But the second thing is I don't think I would, I'm not sure that I would, how well I would do. And that I want to know that. And that I need to, so I guess the fact that I've been able to not go take that IQ test is pretty inspiring to me, because it at a very minimum that at least I don't need to, well, I guess it's a double-edged sword. I'm not willing to risk being disappointed to go and be elated. Yeah, Ted, it's so strange, dude. My focus is, brother, a lot most of the time on, like, just because I love people, and I'm a dick, and like I have, I make mistakes all the time with folks about just being fucking short on patience and ripping up the wrong person. It doesn't happen a lot, right? It's been a couple months. There was somebody I lit up in the White House chat or something the other day, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I was completely wrong on that person. But it's like, how do these motherfuckers, and I believe a lot of them, brother, are working, paying taxes, raising their family. doing just normal American shit, and then they're completely fucking triggered on some really fucked up shit, you know? And it's just, I don't understand. It's, you know what it is, or and there's a lot of factors, right? But I've said often that Americans are fucking spoiled. We are. I don't give a fuck. You can say, fuck you, TV. We earned what we have. Nobody said you didn't earn what you have. It's just that you really, as a whole, we want more. I mean, God damn it, you know. God, this is what fucking kills me. It probably makes me sound like a maniac because I just keep stopping and going on to these other things. But it's like, how much can we fucking consume, you guys? How many fucking TVs do you have in your house? How many TVs do you need in your house? I have 2 motherfucking computers running right now with 3 screens in front of me. What a joke, right? I don't know how to deal with that part of it. Of technology and where we're at, right? Like, I can't just decide to not fucking use a gas vehicle anymore or not to go to the grocery store. Because I'm growing some food this year. Can't grow enough. So how is it that these motherfuckers are capable of working, paying taxes, maintaining a home, and then they're just completely fucking bonkers? I just have a really hard time. Even if there's a rational reason why they're doing it, it has to end, right? Like, we can't, I mean, you think about it. There is no way in hell the majority opinion in America is for Trump. Yet he is in office, and I haven't heard a motherfucking Democrat say anything about him not being a legitimate president. I have not. Not recently. Immediately after the election, I knew two good liberal folks that I love dearly that were not happy. And I get it, but look, that is democracy showing what happens if you aren't informed. Democracy's only works if you have people willing to participate, and I mean by participating, getting on some solid ground. You don't have to fucking know everything, get it all. You don't have to fucking get into the cabal and the deep state and the fucking Freemasons, but you have to pay attention, and you have to be consistent, and we have to fucking get together on this shit, because democracy isn't quick, and when there's an issue, we need to be able to, as fast as we can act, is slow as fuck to remove folks, right? But that's what has to happen. And so we either buckle down, hunker down, and we fucking follow through, and we fight our fucking ass off in the trenches for the best, option that we have, which is the option we have had, and that's democracy. What are our other options? I want to, even Trumpers, I don't give a fuck what you think about fucking your ignorance about what us being a constitutional republic, which we are, but not understanding that we are a democracy at the same time, because the process in which we manage our fucking constitutional republic, right? If you want to say, yeah, let's just go one party TV. Let's just go all Republican, baby. We don't need to vote. It's nothing but Republicans. That's who we vote for. If that's what you think, let me know. Otherwise, let me know what you think, what your thoughts are if all of a sudden we had no ability to vote. And there's all kinds of different scenarios, right? Maybe we keep our Congress and we just allow those people to go for however long. Maybe we just go with all delegates, right? Delegates. I don't know. If you can't fucking respond rationally or any sensible way to those questions, even no matter how far right you are, you need a straitjacket. You're not. I was so pissed off. I remember hanging out in Mighty's CNN Venus streams, and you'd have these idiots coming in, these Trumpers talking about, testing for the right to vote, right? I'm not so sure that's a bad idea anymore. All right, we've only been at this for 2.5 hours, you guys. 2.5 hours. About ready to fuck off and get on some music. Po Tom. 7 son. Never knew what's going on. Goddamn filters. All right. Man, I'd like to leave. I think maybe I will leave this up. And if I can scale down the camera and get the audio right. I'd really like to be able to start keeping these chats up as long as possible just for folks to fucking run their gob. Anyways. I know the heavy metal shit isn't like the favorite of stuff around here, but this one's a longie, and I'm gonna fuck off and get some do some shit. Maybe I'll see y'all in a few. Ted, love yapping with you, brother. Like I got to yap with you a little bit earlier today too. It seemed in Laura's, I think. So, and thanks to all you folks for coming by. The chat's gonna stay up. Gloria was here, and Laura was here, and Ted, and Mr. Trustlini.